Three friends, Paxton, Josh, and their new Icelandic buddy Ollie, are traveling across Europe looking for a good time. They are young, carefree, and completely focused on fun. After spending an entire day exploring the city, they head back to their hostel far too late and end up locked out. Just when it seems like they are stuck outside for the night, a friendly guy named Alex offers to let them crash in his room. They quickly bond, talking about girls and swapping stories. That is when Alex brings up something that immediately grabs their attention. He tells them about a city in Slovakia where the women are beautiful, the rules are loose, and the police presence is almost non-existent. He even shows them photos to prove it. According to him, American guys are especially popular there, which means Paxton and his friends could have the time of their lives without spending much at all. Without thinking twice, they hop on a train to Slovakia. During the ride, while they are laughing and joking around, a man named Martin joins them. He introduces himself as a local Slovak and casually mentions that in his city, anything can be bought. That only fuels their excitement. But things get uncomfortable fast when Martin suddenly touches Josh's thigh. Maybe he meant to be friendly, maybe not, but it crosses a line.
What is your nature?
Whoa! Don't touch!
The guys immediately push him away and tell him to leave them alone. A few hours later, they arrive at the Slovakian train station. It is strangely empty and almost unsettlingly quiet. Still, they brush it off and grab a taxi to the address Alex gave them. They have no idea what they have just stepped into. This is Hostel.
Hostel.
Once they reach the city center, they check into a hostel that seems to be filled mostly with women. That night, they head to the most popular nightclub in town and run into two women staying at the same hostel, Natalia and Svetlana. The club is packed with smoke, and Josh, who has asthma, cannot handle it for long. He steps outside for air. That is when a group of young kids armed with bats surround him, clearly trying to shake him down for money. Out of nowhere, Martin appears and hands the kids some cash. He explains that in Slovakia, you should never underestimate children. Give them money and they leave. Give them candy and they like you even more. Grateful for the help, Josh invites Martin back inside for a drink. Martin apologizes for what happened on the train and insists he never meant anything by it. He just wanted to be friendly. The next morning, things take a strange turn. Ollie never comes back from his date with a Japanese girl who was also staying at the hostel. The guys ask the receptionist if she has seen him, but she has not. Then a Japanese woman named Kana shows them a photo of Ollie with her friend, along with a message saying Ollie was going on a trip with his new date. As Paxton and Josh wander through the streets of Slovakia, they start talking about Ollie again. It is not like him to disappear without saying anything. Something about it just feels off. Before they can think too much about it, the same group of troublesome kids shows up again. This time, Josh quickly hands them some of Paxton's gum to avoid any problems, and thankfully, the kids back off. Then they spot something that stops them in their tracks. A jacket that looks exactly like the one Ollie always wears. Without hesitation, they follow the person wearing it all the way into a tourist attraction, a torment museum filled with old historical devices. For a moment, they think they have finally found their friend, but it turns out to be someone else entirely. Someone who claims the jacket is his and walks away without explaining where he got it. Confused and frustrated, they head back to the hostel. Kana is still there, waiting for news about her missing friend. Meanwhile, Natalia and Svetlana invite Paxton and Josh out to a regular nightclub. At first, Josh does not want to go. He is still worried about Ollie, but Paxton brushes it off, suggesting that maybe Ollie just made his own plans. Eventually, Josh agrees. That night feels different. They only drink 3 bottles, yet both of them get far more intoxicated than expected. Josh reaches his limit first and decides to head back to the hostel alone. A female staff member kindly helps him to his room, and just as he gets there, a mysterious man appears. Back at the club, Paxton is still with Natalia and Svetlana, who are chatting away in their own language. Not long after, Paxton starts to feel dizzy too, much more than he should. He stumbles to the bathroom and accidentally falls asleep. The next morning, Josh wakes up in complete shock. He is not in his hostel room. He is somewhere else entirely, handcuffed and trapped. Standing in front of him is Martin, but this is not the friendly guy from the train. His entire demeanor has changed. He now looks cold, unhinged, surrounded by tools clearly meant for torment. Josh has no idea what he did to deserve this, but the situation is terrifying. When Martin slices into the tendon in Josh's leg, it becomes clear that escape is no longer possible. Meanwhile, Paxton wakes up in the nightclub bathroom with a pounding headache. He makes his way back to the hostel, only to be told by the receptionist that Josh checked out early that morning without leaving any message. Even stranger, Paxton's backpack was left behind. Nothing about this makes sense. Using the photo Kana had sent of Ollie and the Japanese woman, Paxton searches for a location that matches the smokestacks in the background. Just when he finally finds the place, the same street kids steal his phone before he can react. Frustrated and desperate, he goes to the local police to report it, but the officer shows little interest in helping. With no support from the authorities, Paxton starts walking through different parts of the city, hoping to find any sign of his friends. Instead, he spots Natalia walking alone into a hidden building. He follows her inside, only to realize it is just a small local cafe. When he approaches her, he immediately asks about Ollie and Josh. Natalia and Svetlana claim they saw Josh that morning and say he planned to attend some kind of art exhibition. Hearing that, Paxton insists that Natalia take him there right away. On the way to the so-called exhibition, Paxton starts noticing something different about Natalia. Her tone, her attitude, even the way she speaks feels colder than when they first met. At one point, she offers him gum from a large plastic bag, but he refuses. By now, his instincts are quietly telling him something is not right. They eventually arrive at what is supposed to be the art show, an abandoned factory on the outskirts of town. The place looks run down and suspicious, yet there are clearly wealthy and important people walking in and out. Among them is a Japanese businessman who seems powerful and influential. When Paxton asks what it is like inside, the man warns him to be careful, hinting that people can lose a lot of money in there. Natalia leads Paxton inside without paying. The guard oddly insists that everything is free for him. No explanation, no questions asked. The building itself looks neglected, nothing like a real exhibition venue. Still, driven by his determination to find Josh, Paxton goes in. What he discovers inside is horrifying. He sees Martin standing over Josh's lifeless body, treating him like some kind of twisted project. The friendly stranger from the train is gone. In his place stands someone completely monstrous. Before Paxton can react or reach Natalia, two guards grab him and drag him away. Soon, Paxton finds himself tied up in a room that mirrors exactly what Josh went through. A bald man wearing a mask prepares to torment him, clearly eager to begin. He waves sharp tools around, trying to instill fear. In moments like this, most victims break down.
Oh, please stop!
The man intends to kill Paxton with a chainsaw, but something unexpected happens. He slips, and in the chaos, the chainsaw falls and fatally injures him instead. Thinking fast, Paxton quickly pretends to still be restrained. When a guard walks in to check, Paxton grabs the fallen man's gun and shoots the guard without hesitation. He puts on a mask to blend in and steps out just as three more guards approach. Acting quickly, he slips into another room, which turns out to be a storage area filled with freshly executed bodies. Hearing footsteps nearby, he hides among the corpses, forcing himself to stay still. Later, in the cremation room where all evidence is destroyed, Paxton sees Josh's body again. The sight hits him hard. Grief turns into rage. With adrenaline surging, he grabs a hammer and strikes a staff member, killing him on the spot. He rushes into an elevator and narrowly avoids being caught when one guard fails to get inside in time. Reaching the main floor, Paxton quickly heads into a changing room. There, he spots the local police chief, clearly involved in the operation. At that moment, the truth becomes undeniable. The authorities are part of it. Paxton is completely on his own if he wants to survive and escape this city alive. After changing his clothes, Paxton runs into another man inside the facility. This man is not staff. He is a client, someone who willingly came here. Through him, the truth finally becomes clear. The place is run by a secret organization that caters to the darkest desires of the wealthy. They operate a hidden network that recruits and kidnaps victims, preparing them for clients who pay enormous sums for the experience. These clients are not ordinary people. They are powerful, influential, and extremely rich. The man in front of Paxton is a pharmaceutical executive who came looking for a thrill he has never experienced before. Still running on adrenaline, the man proudly shows a dog tattoo on his arm, the mark of membership in the organization. When he demands to see Paxton's tattoo, a knock interrupts them. A guard calls the man away for his first session as a new member. As soon as the man leaves, Paxton grabs a gun and escapes through a back exit. He is just about to drive off in the same car that brought him there when he hears a woman screaming. He hesitates for a split second, then decides he cannot leave her behind. Inside, he finds the same executive attacking a Japanese woman. It is Kana. Without thinking, Paxton shoots the man and pulls Kana out of the building. They jump into the car and speed away. Back in the city, Paxton suddenly has to stop when a car blocks the road. Once it moves, he is stunned by what he sees. Natalia, Svetlana, and Alex are standing together, laughing casually in the middle of the street. In that instant, everything makes sense. They were never innocent. They were recruiters paid to lure victims into the trap. Fueled by rage, Paxton slams the accelerator and runs them over without hesitation. Not long after, the same group of street kids appears again, deliberately blocking his path. This time, Paxton hands them an entire bag of gum. Moments later, two men from the organization arrive, and the kids immediately swarm them, attacking as a group. When Paxton reaches the highway, he faces another problem. Police are conducting road checks, stopping every vehicle. There is no way he can drive through, so he and Kana abandon the car and escape into the woods on foot. Eventually, they reach the train station, only to find it filled with members of the organization searching for them. Kana, devastated and scarred by what happened to her, loses all hope for her future. Overwhelmed, she makes a tragic decision that ends her story. Paxton manages to use the guard's exhaustion to his advantage and boards a train unnoticed. For the first time, he can finally breathe, leaving that nightmare behind. But it is not over. While sitting on the train, he hears Martin's voice from a seat behind him, speaking on the phone. Paxton now knows the meaning of the dog tattoo. Anyone who bears it belongs to the organization. And with that realization, his grief turns into something colder. Determined to avenge his two friends, Paxton waits for the right moment. When Martin leaves his seat to use the restroom, Paxton makes his move and kidnaps Martin's daughter, ensuring that this story ends with revenge. So the moral of the story is if a random guy promises free fun in Slovakia, the police look bored, and someone shows you a dog tattoo, just go home and binge Netflix instead.